All you noisy nurses, time to behave yourself. I'm Zanko, I'm from the Clinical Excellence Division. I have the wonderful pleasure of working with the wonderful Shelley Nowlan and the wonderful Dr. Wakefield. And I just want to point out that I put the nurse before the doctor. It's a very important aspect of our work. And I should also acknowledge we have some other wonderful people here today, including the wonderful Dr. Gillies from Darling Downs Health Service, and some other wonderful people like Caitlin Brassington and many others across today. Obviously, a very important week in the health calendar for a whole range of reasons, but it's a wonderful opportunity to be here to celebrate the whole aspect of Nurses Week and all the wonderful things that nurses bring to the health system. And you'll notice that I've got my today. I'm not a nurse, but I've had the privilege of being a bit of a nurse in the past, but couldn't make the grade. I was reprimanded on many occasions for being far too close to the nurses' quarters. And they said to me, Zanko, get out of here. We don't want you. That's probably politically incorrect, and that's all I really know. I have no A game except to be Michael Zanko. But what a wonderful privilege it is to be here today with you all, and I really look forward to celebrating today with you all. Now listen, we won't waste any more time. I'm going to hand over to who Dr. Wakefield refers to as the matron. A little bit of old jargon there for you. The wonderful Shelley Nowlan, and please welcome her. There we go.
Good morning, everyone. A huge welcome. I'm absolutely privileged to have you join us today. So it is an exciting week. We started off on Friday with International Midwives Day, and the Australian College of Midwives started off with a walk at Twin Waters and breakfast. So it was a nice way to start Friday, and we've got a week of celebrations taking us through to the 12th of May, which is this Friday, International Nurses Day, A Voice to Lead, and I'll find the finish of that week up at Central Queensland at Rockhampton, and really be privileged to be there on that day. So I would like to respectfully acknowledge the Turrbal Jagera people of the traditional owners of the land on which this event is taking place today. I'd also like to acknowledge the elders, past, present and future. We are hoping to have Uncle Alex Davison join us during the day, which will do a welcome to country. But in light of that, 6 months into my duty as the Chief Nurse and Midwifery Officer, 30 years into my career, and I have been joining many of the hospitals and health services from the New South Wales border right up to the Cape to celebrate what we do. We've been giving out quite a lot of awards in regards to acknowledging the day-to-day activity 24 hours a day that nurses and midwives work with their peers, their allied health and medical officers and operational staff to deliver quality care. We know that the work that we do is valued and privileged. We know that the work we do make differences to each and every one of our lives as a profession, because we are there more than 8 hours a day in most cases, and we want to enjoy it. I also want to introduce my team and celebrate my new team that has started with me in regards to the office. We've implemented program management. The things that the Office of the Chief Nurse is going to focus on is workforce sustainability, practice innovation, professional capability, midwifery services as a core, and also the work that we do in all of the other specialties. So I'd like my team in our Passionate About Practice shirts just to stand up. They will assist you today in any way they can. Our aim is to ensure that we assist hospitals and health services build an empowered, engaged and resilient workforce, building leadership capability at all levels. We also want to make sure that we have a culture of innovation, high performance and excellence, and that you will want to come to our office and work with us, and we work with you to make sure that care is quality here in Queensland. There's a special mat down here in front of us today We've started on the magnet pathway, and my team has got together and we've started off what is the value that we can add to our team as well as to nurses and midwives in Queensland. So this is our TED Talk mat. Starts with nursing and midwifery in the centre. We have identified our values of being reliability, respect, honesty, collaboration, quality and integrity. The essence of what we are as nurses and midwives. We also want to focus on ensuring that our programs and the work that we do in our Connect is around professional relationships, that we have shared governance, we focus on clinical excellence, and being part of the clinical excellence team under Dr. John Wakefield and many of my colleagues here today, we will really be focused on that. We want to develop and recognise what we do, but also what we contribute to our interdisciplinary teams and the innovative care that we deliver on a daily basis. But most of all, the person-centredness, our patients, our families and our communities here in Queensland. So with that, I take the privilege of opening up our conference and welcome you today. Today is about you, it's to celebrate what you do, and please feel free to stop and chat about anything that you may have of interest. Thank you.
I should point out, Shelley says she's 30 years. I think she started nursing when she was 5. But nonetheless, what a pleasure it is to be working with Shelley again. And it's interesting in health. You know, I've been around with Shelley longer probably than Shelley, forever. I started when I was 6. But nonetheless, it's just a wonderful thing that I've known you for so long. And you've held so many roles, and I can tell you she's always been an extremely focused and passionate person, and not to be messed with. Even the likes of Michael Zanko behaves himself when Shelley's around. Now, including the next speaker today, Dr. John Wakefield. It's a pleasure to introduce him to you. Obviously, I've worked with Dr. Wakefield for many years, and it's an absolute pleasure. So, no more mucking around. Here he is, Dr. Wakefield.
Okay, thank you, Michael, and thanks, Shelley. Take the mat. Right, this is an unscheduled thing, and it'll just test our resilience first, because, you know, resilience about how you absorb novel problems and things that you haven't planned for. I haven't planned any of this with my team, but we're going to do it anyway. So I'd like all of you to stand up, please. I'd like someone, Shelley, can you come here? Thanks. I'd like, who's got a phone, a camera? Yeah, well, you can't do it. Who wants to take a photo? So you'll have to stand there with your not. I need a volunteer with a camera. All right, Crystal, do you want to go that way? Right, so you want to come here? Right, well, I'm going to get this wrong. So, what we're going to say on the count of 3 is you're going to put both of your arms up in the air and you're going to say, nurses and midwives are awesome. You're going to shout it out. Okay, so we actually want the Royal Brisbane to hear the noise and come look and see what's happening. Are you ready? So have a practice. Practice first and then we'll do the real thing. 1, 2, 3.